Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial we are going to be working on the second part of our filet heart Afghan. Now the first part we stopped at row 11, so we're starting at row 12, and if you guys haven't seen part 1, it'll be linked in the description box. I'm going to write that down right now so I don't forget. And if you start off with that video, you're going to see everything you're going to need to supply-wise, everything you'll need to get started with this Afghan, and then you'll see the first part, row 1 through 11. Alright, so we're going to jump right in with row 12. So we are going to start by chaining 1 and turn, rotate our work, and we started row 11 with 4 chain 1 spaces. Now we're going to take it down to 3. So we chain 1 and we're going to double into that very first double crochet. Chain 1, double into the next double. That's 2, chain 1. That's 2 chain 1 spaces. Chain 1, double into the next double. And there are our 3 double crochet or 3 chain 1 spaces. Okay, so now we are at the part where we increase our heart. So we are going to take it from 31 to 35. Okay, so to increase our heart to 35, we do just like we have before. Double crochet into that next chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochets, double crochet into that next chain 1 space, double crochet into that next double, and we should have 35 double crochet. So to save time, I'm going to go ahead and do all those double crochets off camera, okay? So I will be right back. Okay, so I just finished increasing that first heart. And now we are going to start our pattern repeat, I'm sorry. So we're going to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain 1 spaces between our hearts, and we're going to bring it into 3. So I've got my 35 double crochet for my first heart, and to start the pattern repeat for your row, chain 1, double into the next double crochet. That's 1 chain 1 space, chain 1, double into the next double crochet. Chain 1, double into the next double. So that is 3 chain 1 spaces between our hearts, and that's what you're going to have between each of your hearts until the end. Okay, so now we just repeat that over again. Increase our heart from 31 to 35. Do your 3 chain 1 spaces. Chain 1, double the next. Chain 1, double the next. Chain 1, double into the next. Increase your heart. Chain 1, double into the next double. Chain 1, double into the next double until you have 3 chain 1 spaces. Increase your next heart. And you just repeat that until you increase the last heart of your blanket, okay? So, and that's where I'm going to meet you guys. I'm going to come back when I've increased my very last heart, okay? So I will be right back. Okay, so I just finished increasing my last heart, and to end row 12, we need 3 chain 1 spaces just like at the beginning of the row. So I worked into that last double. Now I'm going to chain 1, double into that next double, chain 1, double into the next double, chain 1, and double into the last double. And if you rotate it just a little, right there's the top of that last double crochet. Okay, so that is the end of row 12, and I think you'll be happy to know that's the end of increasing our hearts. Our hearts are as wide as they're going to get, okay? So for row 13, we are not going to increase anything. We're basically just going to mirror, or I shouldn't say mirror, but we're just going to duplicate row 12. Now it's not a repeat of row 12, it's just row 13 is going to look just like row 12. All right, so start row 13. We are going to double crochet into that first double, chain 1, double into the next double, chain 1, double into that next double, chain 1, skip that chain 1, and double into the next double. So we're still starting with 3 double crochets, or 3 chain 1 spaces. okay? And now all we're going to do is double crochet into each double crochet across this heart, okay? So go ahead, I'm going to let you guys do all those double crochets off camera, and I'm going to do mine off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just worked a double crochet into each of the double crochets of my heart, and now I'm to the chain spaces, the chain 3 spaces between each heart. Not chain 3 spaces, 3 chain 1 spaces. And I'm just going to duplicate what I have here. So I'm going to chain 1, double into the next double, chain 1, double into the next double, chain 1, double into the next double. And now you just start that repeat over. Double into each one of your double crochets of your heart. Get to your 3 chain spaces, 3 chain 1 spaces between each heart. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then double crochet into each double crochet of your heart. So repeat that all across your blanket, and I will meet you after the end of the last heart, right before the last 3 chain 1s before we end the blanket, okay? So work that all across your blanket, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I've come to the end of my heart, and all I did was work stitch for stitch, double crochets, chain 1s. So it should look exactly the same as row 12, and to finish, we just continue with working stitch for stitch, double into the double, chain 1, double into the double, chain 1, double into the last double crochet. And that is the end of row 13. So to move on to row 14, we're slowly getting there. Chain 1 and turn. I don't know where that came from. All right, now row 14, we're going to do the exact same thing we just did for row 13. Just double into each double, chain 1, double, chain 1, double, chain 1, double into each of your doubles, double, chain 1, double, chain 1. Just work a double into each double and a chain 1 at each chain 1, even all the way to the end, okay? So it's going to be the exact same thing we just did. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys work that off camera, but to start the row, we do the same thing we've done through the other rows. We just chain 1, turn, double crochet into that very first double crochet, and then just repeat. All right, so I will see you guys at the end of row 14. Okay, so I just finished row 14, and just like before, all I did was work the stitch into, a double into each double, a chain 1 with a chain 1 above it, double into each double. So it's just the exact same thing, okay? So we're going to move on to round 15. Chain 1 and turn our work. Now what we're going to do is we are going to start working the space between the humps at the top of our heart. So we're going to start with the same chain 1 count at the beginning of our heart. So we're going to keep 3 chain 1 spaces. So we chained 1 and turned already, so we're just going to double crochet right into that double, chain 1, double into the next double, chain 1, double into the next double, chain 1, double into that next double. So we're keeping our 3 chain 1 spaces at the beginning of the row, and we're also keeping our heart starting at the same space right here, the same line up, if that makes sense. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet into the next 16 doubles for a total of 17 double crochets in a row, because we've already got one right there, right? So we're going to double crochet into the next 16. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Trying to get through this real fast. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay. So we got 17 double crochets right here. And now all we're going to do is chain 1, skip the next, double crochet into the next 17. So now all we're doing is just double crocheting to the end of our heart. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. You guys don't want to watch me or listen to me count. So I'm going to get those 17 double crochet done, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished those 17 double crochet. So my first heart has 17. There's a little chain 1 in there. 17 double crochet. All right, so that's your first heart. Now the pattern repeat for the rest of your hearts, the rest of the hearts on your Afghan. We are going to start with a chain 1, and we're going to work 3 chain 1 spaces, just like we have right here. So basically we're just duplicating what we're looking at. So we already have that chain 1, double crochet into the next double, chain 1, double crochet into the next double, chain 1, double crochet into the next double. So we have our 3 chain 1 spaces. Now we need to do our 17 double crochets, chain 1 space, 17 double crochets. Well, we already have 1 double, so we need to double crochet into the next 16 double crochets. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do that off camera so you guys don't have to watch me again, and then I'll come back when we start that little chain 1 space. Okay, so I just worked the first 17 double crochet. So now we insert that little chain 1 space. So we chain 1, skip that next double crochet into the next. And now we work 16 more double crochet for a total of 17 to finish this heart. And then we just start that repeat over again. 3 chain 1 spaces, 17 double crochet, chain 1, 17 double crochet. 3 chain 1 spaces, 17 double crochet, chain 1, 17 double crochet. Repeat that across your blanket. Do it on your last heart, and I will meet you when we get to the end of the last heart, okay? Okay, I will be right back. Okay, so I've made it to the end of my heart, and to end it, or end of my heart, the end of my row, we are going to work 3 chain 1 spaces. So chain 1, now I'm going to double into that next double, chain 1, double into that next double, chain 1, double into the very last double. So there is our round 15. Okay, so round 16, we're almost done with our heart. Okay, so for round 16, chain 1, turn our work. Now the only thing we're going to do on this round that's different is we're going to increase the center of our heart. So row 16, we're going to start just like we have the other couple rows with 3 chain 1 spaces. So we chained 1 and turn, so we're going to start with a double crochet into the very first double, chain 1, double into that next double, chain 1, double into the next double. There's 2, so I need 1 more. I lost my tension. Chain 1, skip the chain 1 space, double into the next double. And now what we're going to do is double crochet into the next 14 double crochet. So that should put us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That should put us 2 double crochet away from that chain 1 space right there. So right here is where we should stop, and then we'll have a total of 15 double crochet because we've already got 1 right here. So we work 14 more, and then we're going to be 2 double crochet away from that chain 1. So you guys go ahead and work those 14 double crochet. You'll have 15 in a row, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I worked those 14 double crochet, and I have a total of 15 sitting there, and now I'm 2 double crochet away from that chain 1. So what we do now is chain 1, skip that next double, double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip that chain 1 space, double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip that next double crochet, double crochet into the next. So we have 3 chain 1 spaces now instead of that. And we added 2 with our 1 chain 1 space. So our the what would you call that? The inside crease, the inside of your heart is we're gonna slowly bring it out. All right, so now what we do is double crochet into the next 14 double crochet. I'm gonna get that done off camera because you guys don't want to watch me and listen to me. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have those 14 double crochet. So now I have 15 double crochet, and that's the end of our first heart. Now we're going to start the pattern repeat for the row. We are going to chain 1, double crochet into the next double, chain 1, double into the next double, chain 1, double into the next double. So we have 3 double crochet between each of our hearts now. Or well, still. All right, so what we're gonna do is work 14 more double crochet, so we have 15 right here, and then we're gonna work our chain 1, skip the next double, double into the next double, chain 1, skip the chain 1, double into the next double, chain 1, skip the next double, double into the next double. So we should have 3 chain 1 spaces above our chain 1 from the previous round. And then finish off this side of your heart with 14 double crochet. You'll already have one there, so there's going to be 15 double crochet right here. And then you just start that over again. 3 chain 1 spaces between your hearts, 15 double crochet right here. You only got to work 14 because one's already there. Work your 3 chain 1 spaces, then work your 14 more double crochet, so it'll be 15 because one will already be there, and then start to repeat over again. And then work it over and over and over until you come to the end of your last heart, and that's where I'm going to meet you guys, okay? All right, we're almost done with the heart, guys. So I'm going to get mine done off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, so I've made it to the end of my last heart, and we're just going to work the exact same thing we just did on the previous row. 3 chain 1 spaces. Chain 1, double crochet into your next double. Chain 1, double into the next double. Chain 1 and double crochet into that last double crochet. All right, and that's the end of row 16. Alrighty, so to move on to row 17, just like all the other ones, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And for row 17, we are going to start with 4 chain 1 spaces this time instead of just 3. So we're going to have 1 more. So we chained 1 already. Now we're going to work 1 double crochet into that first double. Chain 1, double crochet into the next double. So we have 1, we need 4. So chain 1, double into the next double. That's 2. Chain 1, double into the next double, chain 1, skip the next double, double into the next double. So that's 4 chain 1 spaces. Now we are going to double crochet into the next 13. Wait a minute, I don't think that's right. Yeah, sorry, we're double crocheting into the next 10. I was looking at the wrong numbers on my paper right here, but right here we need 11 double crochet. So we need to double crochet into the next 10 double. So we already have 1. So double into the next 10 to have our 11. Two, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Darn it. I just did it again. 11. All right, so we're 2 away from our chain space. So now we're going to take it from 3 chain 1 spaces to 5. So we're 2 away from our chain spaces. So we're going to chain 1, skip the next double, double crochet into the next double. Chain 1, skip the chain 1, double into the next double. Chain 1, double into the next double. Chain 1, double into the next double. Chain 1, skip the next double, skip this one, double into the next one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain 1 spaces now. So our heart, the top of our heart's getting a little bit bigger. All right, now we are going to crochet or double crochet into the next 10 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now we should have 11 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, now our center chain spaces, we're going to take it up to 5. So we're 2 away from that chain 1 space. So we chain 1, skip the next double, double into the next. Chain 1, double into the next double. Chain 1, double into the next double. Chain 1, double into the next double. Chain 1, skip the next double, double into that next double. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochet between our 2 hearts. And I forgot to say that this is our pattern repeat. The chain 1, double crochet into the next double, chain 1, double 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 into the next double is the beginning of our repeat. And our repeat is going to be your 5 chain 1 spaces, and then 10 more double crochet, and then chain 1, skip next double, double into the next, chain 1, double into the next, chain 1, double into the next, chain 1, double into the next double, chain 1, skip that double, double into the next double. So now we have 5 double crochet or chain 1 spaces in the top of our heart. And like the top of our heart is this part that I'm talking about right here. I don't know what you would call that, but we went from 1 chain 1 space to 3, and then now we're making it 5. Okay, and then you just repeat that again. 5 chain 1 spaces between your heart, 10 double crochet 10 into the next 10 double crochet, and you already got one here, so that makes your 11. And then start your 5 chain 1 spaces, and then 10 double crochet. You need 11, so you should already have one there once you work that 5th chain 1 space. And you just repeat that all the way down to your last heart, and I will meet you when we get to this last heart. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm coming to the end. Well, I am at the end of my last heart. So now we're going to end the row just like we began with 4 chain 1 spaces. So I'm going to chain 1, and I just, I worked my 5 chain 1 spaces in the middle of my heart, my 10 double crochet, one was already there, so there's 11 double crochet. And now to end the row, we chain 1, skip the next double, double into the very last double crochet of the heart, chain 1, skip your chain 1, double crochet into the next double, chain 1, skip your chain 1, double into the next double, chain 1, and into the very last double crochet with a double. And we should have 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochet. Okay, let's move on to row 18. So chain 1 and turn your work. This is the last row of the heart. Okay, so we are going to start row 18 with 5 chain 1 spaces. Not 4 this time, we're going to go up to 5. So we chained 1, and we're going to start with a double crochet into that very first double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet into the next double. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1, skip the next double crochet into the next, which happens to be the third double crochet of the heart. 1, 2, 3. Just in case, I thought that might help. All right, now we're going to double crochet into the next 6. So that should leave us with a total of 7 double crochet. So double into the next 6 doubles. So it's 2, 4, 5, 6, one more. All right. So you should be 2 double crochet away from that 5 chain 1 spaces in the middle of your heart. So you should have 7 double crochet right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, now we're going to take the 5 chain 1 spaces up to 7. So we chain 1, skip that next double, double into the next double. Chain 1, double crochet into the next double. Chain 1, double into the next double. Chain 1, double into your next double. Chain 1, double into the next. Chain 1, skip your chain 1, double into the next. Chain 1, skip the next double, and double into the next double crochet. So that is the end of the inside of our heart. And now we already have 1 double, so now we need 6 double to finish the side of the heart off, for a total of 7 doubles on this side. Okay, so that should be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's the end of our first heart. Now it's really going to show up better once we work the next 2 rows. It'll really pop. Okay, so now we are going to start the row repeat. And the row repeat starts with the chain 1, pattern repeat, not row repeat, sorry. Chain 1, skip that next double, double into the next. So what we're doing is making the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochet, 5 chain 1 spaces that we had from the last row. We're going to make it to 7 now. So that's 1, chain 1, double into the next double. 2, chain 1, double into your next double. 3, chain 1, double. 4, chain 1, double into your next double. Chain 1, skip that chain 1, double into the next double. Chain 1, skip the next double, double into the next. Now that should be 7 chain 1 spaces now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good deal. And then we just repeat the same thing we did on this heart, So we work 6 double crochet, and then we start our chain 1, skip next double, double into the next. Chain 1, skip next, that would be a chain, and then double. And you repeat that until you have your 7, just like we did here, 7 chain 1 spaces. And then we work our 6 double crochet for a total of 7 in a row, because you're already going to have 1 there. And then start the repeat over. 7 chain 1 spaces between both your hearts. double crochet into the next 6, which would be a total of 7 double crochet right here because you already had one from when you did your last chain 1. And then start your 7 chain 1 spaces in the middle of the heart, and then do your last 6 double crochet, which will be 7 in a row because one will already be there from working your last chain 1 space. And then you repeat that again. Repeat it all the way down until your last heart, and I will meet you when we get to the end. Almost done, guys. Okay, so I just finished with my last heart, and I worked my 6 double crochet in a row. One was already there, so there's 7 double crochet. And now we're going to end the row with our 5 chain 1 spaces. So we chain 1, skip that next double, double crochet into the last double of your heart, chain 1, skip the next double, chain 1 space, double into the next double, chain 1, skip the chain 1 space, double into the next double, chain 1, double into the next double, chain 1, and into my last double crochet with a double. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain 1 spaces, and that is the end of our hearts. Now what we're going to do is we are going to work 2 rows of double crochet chain 1 all the way across. So all we're going to do is, this is row 19 and 20. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to start both this row and next row, so 2 rows of this. We're going to double crochet into the very first double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, double into the next double, and you're going to repeat that all across. So what we're going to have is chain 1, double, chain 1, double, chain 1, double, and then when you get to your rows of doubles, you're going to skip a double. So we doubled here, so we're going to chain 1, skip that double, double in the next, chain 1, skip that double, double in the next, chain 1, skip that double, double in the next, and then chain 1, double, chain 1, double, chain 1, double. So basically every place that there is at double crochets and chain 1s, we're going to double in each double and chain 1 over the top of that chain 1. So it's going to be skip, chain 1, skip, or not chain 1, I'm sorry. Chain 1, skip that chain, double into the next. Chain 1, skip that chain, double into the next. And then all you're doing is skipping doubles on the rows of, on your double crochets in a row. Does that make sense? So it's just chain 1, double crochet into the next, chain 1, double crochet into the next. And it just so happens to work out that you're just skipping chain 1s, and then on these, you're skipping doubles instead of chain 1s. And you're going to work that all the way to the end. Chain 1 and turn, and then work that exact same pattern coming back. Chain 1, double crochet, skip the double, chain, double crochet into the next double. That's all we're going to do for rows 19 and 20, okay? So I'm going to let you guys do that off camera, and I am going to get mine done and come back, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished row 20, which is the second row of the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. I repeated that all the way across. Now I'm ending with the double crochet in the last double crochet. And now to move on to row 21, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And row 21 is going to be double crochet into the very first double. And then we're going to work 1 double into the chain 1 space. Double into the next double, double into the chain 1 space, double into your next double, double into the chain 1, and that's what we're going to repeat all the way down for row 21, okay? So now you guys can see what I meant about that heart really popping out after we work those 2 rows of double crochet chain 1s. All right, so finish row 21, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, so I just finished row 21. I double crocheted into every chain 1 space and every double. So now we have one more row. We're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to double crochet into each double, and that is all we're going to do for row 22. Okay, so double crochet right back into that very first double, and then just double into each double straight across. Okay, so get that done and come back here, and then we'll move on. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished row 22. So now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way to row 22 again. Repeat 2 to 22, 2 to 22. So we start, row 2 is the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 all across. Row 3, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 all across. And then row 4, we start the heart. 4 to 18 is our heart. 19 and 20 is the chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. 21 and 22, double crochet all across. Okay, so I am working on my piece that is 3 hearts wide. So I'm thinking, I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking 4 hearts high is going to be the perfect size. I don't know yet. Okay, so I'm going to stop my video here, and then with the power of movie magic, I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you guys exactly how many times I repeated for my piece here. Now, if your piece is larger, I'm going to say probably just add one more row repeat than I work, and it'll come out good. Okay, so let me get my piece done, and when I come back, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how many repeats I did. All right, okay, I will see you guys after a while. Okay guys, so I am back, and I have repeated my rows until I have a total of 4 hearts. So I have 3 hearts wide, 4 hearts tall. So here's the one we did together. I repeated it again, and there's that one, and here's the last one. Now on the end, I stopped with 1 row of double crochet, and the only reason I did that was because the blanket starts with a row of double crochet, so I didn't want to have 2 up here and then 1 down here. So I went ahead and stopped here. If you guys want to do the two rows of double crochet, that's fine. But we are going to work, I just saw a big hair and I don't know where it went. We're going to work a border now. So what I've done, here's my last double crochet right there. What we're going to do is chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And of course it doesn't want to focus because there's something in the background of the video. All right, so, and we chain 3 and then just rotate your work. And what we're going to do is we're going to set that chain 3 down along this side and single crochet to where the chain 3 is semi-straight like that. Chain 3, lay it down, single crochet where that chain 3 lays flat like that. Okay, chain 3, and then just kind of gauge where it would lay down nice, like right there, and that's where I'm going to work my single crochet. Chain 3, single crochet. So when you pull it out, it should look like that. Chain 3, and just, we don't want to, single crochet it like that to where it's real tight. We just want to lay it down. Chain 3, lay it down. Okay, so I'm going to work that down my side, and I'm going to come back and tell you guys how many chain 3s I have down the side of my blanket. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I have 44 chain 3s down my side. Okay, this is the left side. So now what we're going to do, the very last single crochet went right into the very last corner. So this is actually the bottom. This is the beginning chain that we started with. So what we're going to do is chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then just rotate. So here's the bottom. And I'm going to just repeat that again. But I'm going to try at this point, we can probably do a better job with kind of guessing. We'll skip 3. So we're into this one. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet into the 4th. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet into the next. 1, 2, 3. Skip 3. Single into the next. 1, 2, 3. We're into this one, so we skip 1, 2, 3 into the next. All right, so go ahead and repeat this across the bottom, and I will be right back to let you know how many I have. Okay, so I've made it across the bottom. I have 31, but when I get to the end, I'm just a few stitches away from being to the end. So I'm just going to work, you see right there, I'm just going to work a little chain 2, and then I'm going to go right into that last stitch with a single. So that should be 32 chain spaces across your bottom. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and rotate. And we're going to work the same thing we did on the left side on the right side. Just make sure you get 44 chain 3s up this side. All right, so I'm going to get mine done off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, so I finished across my other side. Now, I should have had 44, but I only have 43, but I'm okay with that. I'm not going to pull it out and try to get 2 more in there, or 1 more in there. All right, so now we are to the top, and I've worked into the last. So like I came down this side, did my last chain 3, and I just went ahead and single crocheted into that double crochet right there. So if we rotate, that's the top of the double. So I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and now just work this across the top. So I'm going to skip 3, go into the next. Chain 3. Well, I'm into this one, so I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the next. 1, 2, 3, skip 3, single crochet into the next. So repeat that across the top, and I'll meet you when we get to the end of that. Okay, so I've come to the end of the top, and it just like the bottom, I come to the end and I have 2 more doubles left. So I'm just going to go ahead and chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then into this first chain 3 on that we started, I'm going to slip stitch right into there. So I have 32 chain 3s across the top, just like the bottom. Okay, so now what we're going to do, into that chain 3 we just slip stitched into, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to go in there with 5 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into your next chain 3. 5 double crochet into your next chain 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single into your next chain 3. 5 double crochet into your next chain 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is what we're going to repeat all the way around. Single into your next chain 3. 5 double crochet into your next chain 3. And we're not even, like, we're just going to work that down and then not skip a beat and just come around your corners. But I'm gonna work down this side and come to the corner and show you guys how we're gonna go from there, okay? All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I've come to my last chain 3 spot down my side, and I worked my single crochet. If you don't come up with a single crochet right there, it's no big deal. It's not gonna hurt anything. Okay, and all I'm gonna do is just rotate my work and continue with the 5 double crochet into the next chain 3. 1, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5, single into the next, and then 5 into the next. So just like that. All right, so repeat that. Keep going and going and going all across your bottom. The same thing at this corner. Whatever you end on, don't forget that little chain 2 space. Whatever you end on, just keep working it around the corner. And I will meet you guys when we get all the way around back to the beginning. All right? Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, I have made it all the way around, and I ended with a single crochet right here. If you ended with a double and a shell, and then you have a shell right next to it, it's not going to hurt anything. Just slip stitch to your first double crochet. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch to my first double crochet, chain 1, pull up a loop, and we're done. Okay, I am going to actually stop here. I'm going to stop my video. I'm going to get all my ends weaved in, and yeah, then we'll go from there, okay? It's so pretty. I'm proud of myself. Okay, guys, I'm going to get my ends weaved in, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I have all my ends weaved in, and my Afghan is done. And I am super proud. This is pretty. Well, thank you guys, as always. Thank you guys so very much for watching. You guys are the greatest. I'm so super happy with this. I don't know what to say. Anyway, subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss what I've got coming out next. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Leave me a comment and let me know what you guys think. And then also in the description box, I got links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Follow me on whatever social media platform you guys choose to use, and tag me in everything you make because I want to see. Again, thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.